Hello, YouTube. Alright, wanted to do a quick update video for those of you who are worried about me. I haven't been doing a lot of updates on YouTube because I've been spending a lot of time trying to make money. And I'm actually trying a lot of different things. And having to work out the kinks of each method. One of the ones that I've shared recently was trading stocks on Robinhood, kind of like a day trade. But I'm trying not to be a day trader because if you trade daily on Robinhood, it'll start to flag you as a day trader, and then there's like a lot of complicated rules about you got to put $25,000 and other stuff like that. But I don't have that kind of money. I have put in approximately $2,300 or so into Robinhood, and I'm trying to grow that to at least $20,000 within the next 2 years. If I succeed and do very well, maybe I could turn it into $200,000. Don't know if that's going to happen or not, but the goal was and still is to try to make approximately $200 a day from stock trades. And the first week I started to do it, it actually went very well, and I was making roughly $250 a day and had made up most of my losses. I started with roughly $23,000, had dropped down to $19,000, so I lost $2,300 and dropped down to $1,900, so I had lost about $400. Then the week I started the system of just doing day trades, on a single stock, I managed to get myself up to about $2,600. So I brought myself up like a whole $700 in 1 week. And, about 4 or 5 days when I did that video. And it looked like the system was working until it wasn't. Because then the stocks that I had put in, the ones I had picked, started plummeting. And I was like, oh man, is it going to ever turn around? And I tried to ride it out. I tried to sit on this one stock and tried to ride it out, and it kept dropping and dropping and dropping, and I lost like about 400, 500. Then I decided to sell it all and bought another one, and it started to go up, but because it went up during the day and I couldn't sell it that same day, it plummeted again. And when it did that, I lost all that money. So when I did the last video on the stocks, I was at about 2,600, and then as of yesterday, I was at 2,300. I had lost like about $300. Then I decided to change the system again a little bit, so decided to sell those stocks that I thought I was going to be able to hold for a while, and started buying all these cheap penny stocks again, gambling basically on the penny stocks, and it kind of paid off. So I ended up buying like about 10-15 stocks again, and one or two of them started taking off and started to dig me out of the hole. Like in one of these stocks, I bought like over 5,000 shares. I had like 5,600 shares of this stock that was like maybe, I think it was probably about 12-16 cents when I bought it. And that thing went up, and I didn't sell it in time because of the the day trade rule. They got it. All right. Construction here on the road. But anyhow, it went down but didn't go negative, and when it was time to trade, it had lost like $300 in value. So it was kind of nerve-wracking watching that. And Todd and several other people have mentioned, that a lot of people lose money trying to do day trades, and it's true. I was looking at statistics, and they say approximately 95% of the people who attempt day trading fail. That's grim odds. And I can understand why after looking at what happens. It's like one moment you're making $300-$500, off a $2,000 investment, and the next moment you've lost all that you've made and you're negative. You're negative by 500 or whatever. So as of right now, as of today, I have spread out my stocks again. I bought one of the original ones that went up that I liked. It's Overseas Shipping Group, OSG. I think it's OSG, maybe OSGH. OSG, I think. But I bought a whole bunch of it again, and it's gone down since I bought it. So, but I'm gonna try to hold that for. Last time I held it for like 3 or 4 days, and it kept going down every day, and I was like, maybe I have to sell it, and I did, and then it went back up right after I sold it. So I rebought it at a more expensive price right now, and as soon as I bought it, of course, it's dropping again. So it's kind of nerve-wracking. But I put like half of my investment into that company, Overseas Shipping Group, because I do believe shipping is going to pick up again as the economy tries to pick itself up. It's always needed. So I may try to hold my money there, but leave some of it. Like I'm hoping to put like 75% of my earnings into a stock that I can just kind of hold, and hopefully it'll go up. Even at least it doesn't go down, or if it does go down, it doesn't go down like crazy. Because I had a bad experience where I bought this one stock. I spent like $180 on this one stock, and it collapsed in one day. It went down to the point where Robinhood unlisted it and said the only thing I could do was sell my remaining shares. So in one day, I went from $186 down to like $28 when I sold it. So I lost like $160 in one day in one stock. That was a cheap little stock. I bought a penny stock. So I'm a little more cautious now, but still will stand by my theory or my idea that if you buy the penny stocks, they have a higher chance of getting like 50, 60, 70% return. Because like if you bought it for like 12 cents and it went up to 24 cents, that's a 100% return in one day. The problem is, once again, the trading rules with day trading. So you could do it once a week, and Robinhood will warn you, but they won't ding you. They won't classify you as a day trader. So that's a potential option, but then you're limited to once a week that you can do that on a stock. But what I'm thinking of doing is splitting the money, the stocks I've invested, to some that I think may be more stable, like Ford, the company Ford, or General Motors, or some of the other ones that seem to be earning fairly consistently, even though sometimes they tank, but then they go back up. And even letting it sit there after it's tanked, after it's gone down, because it tends to rise back up again. Instead of constantly selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, because that strategy was making me really anxious. And I heard horror stories of people doing this and losing all their money. So you gotta pick a winner. This is like harder than picking the horses at the horse race. You only you only have 8 horses to pick from, and you got to get the sequence of the 8 horses. You got to pick like 6 of them, or 4 of them, or 3 of them, whatever you want to play. But with the stocks, there's literally thousands of stocks, and you have to try to pick the ones that are going to go up, not down for that day. So it's been kind of difficult. Now, right now, I have a bunch of penny stocks again, and I have half of my money invested in Overseas Shipping, even though that one is negative today. But it's not super negative. It's negative by like $5, for all my money that's in there. So I'm going to try to hold it there, because Overseas Shipping, if you have Robinhood and you want to look it up, Overseas Shipping Group, I think it's OSG. They've been fairly consistent going up, week by week and month by month. So I think shipping's going to pick up. So I may just leave the money there, most of it. But I do kind of like playing a little bit, playing the stocks. So I might leave, like right now, as we speak, unless it's dropped while we've been talking. From my 2,300 investment, I'm up to about 25. So I'm up by about $200. So it's been up and down, and we're on 3 months. So it hasn't been the spectacular returns that I've been wanting or expecting. But I didn't start the system till like 2 weeks ago. So I'm still trying to work out the kinks. But right now I'm thinking I'm going to put the majority of my money into Overseas Shipping Group and let that sit there, and maybe several others like Ford or several others, which are a little bit more expensive, and let them grow. Although Ford, I don't know. The Overseas Shipping Group, I think the stock's still selling for about $350, $360, $330 to $360 right now. That's $3. $3.30, $3.20, $3.60, somewhere in that range. I think that has a higher chance of doubling or tripling than Ford, which is right now at about $15. So the idea would be to put 2/3 of my money into something that I'm just going to let sit there, whether it goes up or down, unless it goes down, 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 And I'm going to let it sit there unless it goes down for more than a week or 2 weeks. But 2 weeks you could lose a lot of money. So we'll see what happens with the new system, and that will leave me approximately $500 to $700 to play with. So I will have $500 to $700 that I can gamble with and buy the penny stocks that are like 8 cents, 10 cents, 12 cents, because they can go out of business and you lose everything. But it's easier to double an 8-cent stock to 16 cents than it is to double a $200 stock to 400, in one day. So that's what I'm going to do for now. So I'm still tweaking that system out, but it's proving to be kind of nerve-wracking. And if after a month or two of trying this, I don't get anywhere, I might end up pulling all my money out of stocks and giving up on investing in stocks, at least on my own, other than my workplace. Now, I've also started giving serious thoughts to gambling professionally, specifically playing blackjack. And the reason for that is I'm a pretty decent blackjack player. I'm not the best or anything. I'm not a card counter, but I know about card counting and some basic strategies, and I have my own little strategies, especially for walking away with money. So the system I'm currently working on allows a person to go play blackjack with about $100, and at the end of the day leave with roughly $150 to $300 from that $100. So you get a profit of $150 to $300, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a profit. You're lucky if you walk away with money. Now that depends on whether or not things go smoothly. Also, the system works best at a electronic blackjack machine. One of those electronic video blackjack machines, because instead of going in with $100 straight up and losing it, what you do is you split the money up into $20, $30. So you have a batch of $20 or $30 that you invest each time. And if you go to the electronic blackjack, most of them are like $5 minimum bet. So you want to do, this is if you don't do the side bets. The one I go on has 2 side bets that I like. One is called bullets, and the other is like, I think you got to get 18, 19, 20, 21. So you can bet on those side bets and get a pretty decent payout. In normal blackjack strategy, you're supposed to avoid the the side bets, because they're losers. They lose a lot of money. But on this one game, it's got bullets, which is the double aces on one side, and then on the other side, it's got the 18 plus. It's actually worth playing because it pays out pretty good. At least that's been my experience. So typically, what I will do on this machine, I do a $7 main bet, and I do a $2 on the bullets, which is the aces, and $1 on the 18 plus. So with $20, because it's $10 a bet, 7 and 2 and 1, so that's $10 per bet. That means with $20, you only have 2 bets, 2 chances to make your money. And once you win, you don't win like 20 if you don't get 18 or aces, whatever. You only won on the $7, but you lost 3, so you only won $4 profit. So it's slow going. But once you build up that pot, you can increase your bet to like 10 and 3 and 2. 3 on the aces, 2 on the 18 plus, and then maybe 15 and 5 and 2, or 3, or 20 and 5 and 3. 20 on the main, 5 on the aces, and 3 on the 18 plus. Might try to sneak in there and film it, even though they normally say don't film, no filming. But it would explain to you what I do, or I might do it on a simulator just to show you how I bet. But the idea is to start off with a bankroll of $20 or $30, and you got to win with it. And you say, well, what about, I thought you went with 100. Yeah, but you don't use the 100 at a time. You put in like 20 to 30 at a time. So you get basically 3 or 4 shots, and if you lose it all, you're supposed to leave the casino. You lost $100. But if you win, what happens is then you start to increase your bet up to the point where now you've won at least $100 from your $20 bet. Once you hit $100, you don't cash out right away. At this point, at $100, you're probably betting $15 to $20. Well, if you say the whole hand, you're betting probably about $20 to $35 per bet. And the more you win, the faster it goes. So you could easily jump up to $200 or $300 in winnings, or you could lose it back down. But as soon as you lose a hand at that point, you quit. You cash out your ticket and get your money. So let's say you made it up to from $20 up to $100, then you bet $20. Doing 13 on the main, and then 5 and 2 or whatever. 5 on the aces, which is the bullets, and 2 on the 18 plus, and you lose one hand. So that's $20 you lost. That means you have $80. And you had started with $20, so that's $60 profit. Cash out and put that in your pocket. So you do this, and that way you always have money in your pocket from earnings. Then you can go, take the ticket and cash it and get money, and you can make a decision on whether or not you want to play again. But at this point, if you're up, you might want to set aside your initial $100, so you're playing on the casino's money. And that's if you decide, or you can just leave with your profit. But the idea is to start off with 20 and build it up to 100, and then cash out after you lose, the first time you lose. Like I tried once, and I made it from $20 starting all the way up to like $350. From 20, I earned all the way up to $350. Then I lost like $35, and I cashed out like $320 something or something like that. So that was a $300 profit on a $20 initial bankroll, which is pretty good. But you tend to bet higher and higher, and then when you lose, you got to remember to kick back down. To just cash out once you hit your threshold of $100 out of a $20 initial bankroll. But if you do that and you are diligent about it, and you play decent blackjack, the rules, when to split, when to double down, when to stand, you probably will walk away with a profit for the most part on average. My average so far has been between $150 to $300 profit. So, of course, it's only been about a week or two that I've been trying it. So I'm going to keep trying it and trying to narrow it down and see if it's a consistent pattern. Of course, I also play at the table, and at the table, the strategy is different, because there, usually you buy in with $100, and you can't just cash out. You got to play that bet. And in that case, you kind of have to know basic blackjack strategy and when to bet high, when to bet low, as well as, like doubling down and all that other stuff, taking advantage when the cards are in your favor. But it helps if you can count cards. I don't really count, but I look at the cards to see how many face cards have been played and how many low cards are still in the deck. So I don't keep an accurate count, but I have a rough idea. And when there's a lot of face cards and aces in the deck, you have a high chance of getting 20 or 21, and that's when you want to bet high. When there's like a lot of low cards, like 7 and below or 8 and below, a lot of them, then you know that you want to bet low, the minimum bet, because there's a high chance of you losing to the dealer. So that sometimes works. So I'm still, I like playing the table because it's kind of fun and it's social, but most of the time I lose at the table. Although last couple times I've been playing at the table, I've walked away with 200, 300 in wins. I know it sounds like I win a lot, but you end up losing it, trying other stuff, and then sometimes I'll even play slots, even though that's pretty much random luck, regardless of what someone says with their system. But that has some strategy too. So if you guys are interested in learning that stuff, I'll try to share with you. Sadly, the casino around here, they don't let you film inside, but I may do some when I'm in South Florida, if I can sneak film, because I've seen people film from down there before. Maybe I've seen them film mostly in Las Vegas and elsewhere, but not South Florida. So maybe they're more strict. I don't know. I might try to film unless someone stops me. But could show you a little bit of my strategy. But keep in mind that it is gambling, and not a guaranteed way of making money. But using my strategies, you might be able to walk away with money in your pocket instead of losing everything every time you visit the casino. But my goal is to try to get an average of $200 to $300 earnings every day, so that eventually when I quit my job, I have enough buffer money to be okay. And the other thing is, I'm trying to save all this money so that I can quit and travel. And some of it that I'm trying to set up, like the stocks, is to try to earn money basically when I'm not actively doing anything. It's a passive income, semi-passive. So that's what I'm really trying to set up. With the gambling, it is active because I'm having to work hard at it. It's a lot of math in my head and a lot of computations, but it's fun, especially you can make $300 or $400 in a few minutes. At the same time, you could lose $300 or $400 in a few minutes, so be warned. I would recommend that if you're going to follow me along and try any of these strategies and stuff, once I start sharing them with you, once I work out the system and get the kinks mostly worked out, you do it with money you can afford to lose, okay? Because all of it is not real investment, but more gambling, because it's going to be extremely high risk, because we're wanting high payout for the amount of money we're starting with. But make sure you only use money you can actually afford to lose. Don't gamble money that you can't throw away, money that you can't afford to lose, because there's a high likelihood of losing it. So if you guys are interested in following along with that, I will share with you. I'll try to film if I can. If I can't film the whole thing, I'll try to film wins and stuff, and then maybe film on a simulator on the computer just to show you strategies of what I do to help you the next time you play blackjack or whatever, and I'll talk to you about how I feel about different games, gambling games and stuff, what I'm familiar with, and what I think you have your best odds at. So let me know, comment down below. And in the meantime, thank you, all of you who are worried about me. It's okay. The money I put into the Robinhood account, it's not like I can throw away $2,300. But it's money that I know I'm kind of gambling with on the stock market through Robinhood. So if I lost it all, it would suck, but it's not the end of my world, And I haven't been putting more money in because I'm trying to see if I can turn basically 2,000 into 20,000 and then maybe 200,000. It's almost like a game. So until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. Please stay safe. Bye-bye now.